Hello. We're still reading Wonder. I love this book. I'm enjoying rereading it. Sometimes you do that. You find yourself reading a book more than once. It's like visiting an old friend. So I'm rereading Wonder, and now we're going to start the part of the story where we get introduced to a new point of view, a new perspective, and that is Justin, part 5, Justin. And it says, "Sometimes I think my head is so big because it is so full of dreams." So that's from The Elephant Man, which is a very touching story. So we have a dreamer here. We're going to see his point of view. Olivia's brother. The first time I meet, oh, look, it's all no capital letters. It's kind of like he's just thinking in text speak. The first time I meet Olivia's little brother, I have to admit I'm totally taken by surprise. I shouldn't be, of course. Olivia's told me about his syndrome, has even described what he looks like, but she's also talked about all his surgeries over the years, so I guess I assumed he'd be more normal looking by now. Like when a kid is born with a cleft palate and has plastic surgery to fix it. Sometimes you can't even tell except for the little scar above the lip. I guess I thought her brother would have some scars here and there, but not this. I definitely wasn't expecting to see this little kid in a baseball cap who's sitting in front of me right now. Actually, there are two kids sitting in front of me. One is totally normal, a totally normal looking kid with curly blonde hair named Jack. The other is Augie. I like to think I'm able to hide my surprise. I hope I do. Surprise is one of those emotions that can be hard to fake, though, whether you're trying to look surprised when you're not or trying to not look surprised when you are. I shake his hand. I shake the other kid's hand. Don't want to focus on his face. Cool room, I say. Are you Via's boyfriend? He says. I think he's smiling. Olivia pushes down his baseball cap. Is that a machine gun? The blonde kid asked, like I haven't heard that one before, and we talk about Zydeco for a bit. And then Via's taking my hand and leading me out of the room. As soon as we close the door behind us, we hear them laughing. I'm from Brooklyn, one of them sings. Olivia rolls her eyes as she smiles. Let's go hang out in my room, she says. We've been dating for 2 months now. I knew from the moment I saw her, the minute she sat down at our table in the cafeteria, that I liked her. I couldn't keep my eyes off her. Really beautiful, with olive skin and the bluest eyes I've ever seen in my life. At first, she acted like she only wanted to be friends. I think she gives off that vibe whenever without even meaning to. Stay back. Don't even bother. She doesn't flirt like some other girls do. She looks you right in the eye when she talks to you, like she's daring you. So I just kept looking at her right in the eye too, like I was daring her right back. And then I asked her out, and she said yes, which rocked. I find that no capital letters makes me read fast, like I'm not stopping. I don't know if you do that. Those capitalizations and punctuations really help when you're reading. You notice it when it's not there. Let's see. She's an awesome girl, and I love hanging out with her. She didn't tell me about August until our third date. I think she used the phrase a craniofacial abnormality to describe his face, or maybe it was craniofacial anomaly. I know the one word she didn't use was deformed, though, because that word would have registered with me. So, what do you think? She asked me more nervously the second we're inside her room. Are you shocked? No, I lie. She smiles and looks away. You're shocked. I'm not, I assure her. He's just like what you said he'd be. She nods and plops down on her bed. Kind of cute how she still has a lot of stuffed animals on her bed. She takes one of them, a polar bear, without thinking, and puts it in her lap. I sit down on the rolling chair by her desk. Her room is immaculate. That means very, very clean. When I was little, she says there were lots of kids who never came back for a second play date. I mean, lots of kids. I even had friends who wouldn't come to my birthdays because he would be there. They never actually told me this, but it would get back to me. Some people just don't know how to deal with Augie, you know? I nod. It's not even like they know they're being mean, she adds. They were just scared. I mean, let's face it, his face is a little scary, right? I guess, I answer. But you're okay with it? She asks me sweetly. You're not too freaked out or scared? I'm not freaked out or scared. I smile. She nods and looks down at the polar bear on her lap. I can't tell whether she believes me or not, but then she gives the polar bear a kiss on the nose and tosses it to me with a little smile. I think that means she believes me, or at least that she wants to. Valentine's Day. I give Olivia a heart necklace for Valentine's Day, and she gives me a messenger bag she's made out of old floppy disks. Very cool how she makes things like that. Earrings out of pieces of circuit boards, dresses out of t-shirts, bags out of old jeans. She's so creative. I tell her she should be an artist someday, but she wants to be a scientist. Good for her. A geneticist, of all things. She wants to find cures for people like her brother. I guess we make plans for me to finally meet her parents. A Mexican restaurant on Ames First Avenue near her house on Saturday night. All day long, I'm nervous about it, and when I get nervous, my tics come out. I mean, my tics are always there, but they're not like they used to be when I was little. Nothing but hard blinks now, the occasional head pull. But when I'm stressed, they get worse, and I'm definitely stressing about meeting our folks. I know people who have tics like that. It's no big deal. They're waiting inside when I get to the restaurant. The dad gets up and shakes my hand, and the mom gives me a hug. I give Augie a hello fist punch and kiss Olivia on the cheek before I sit down. It's so nice to meet you, Justin. We've heard so much about you. Her parents couldn't be nicer. Put me at ease right away. The waiter brings over the menus, and I notice his expression. The moment he lays eyes on August. The waiter brings it, and I notice his expression the moment he lays eyes on August. But I pretend not to notice. I guess we're all pretending not to notice things tonight. The waiter, my tics, the way August crushes the tortilla chips on the table and spoons the crumbs into his mouth. I look at Olivia and she smiles at me. She knows. She sees the waiter's face. She sees my tics. Olivia is a girl who sees everything. I think that's where we're going to leave it. I like this, even though it's unusual. It looks like a journal. And when you're writing in a journal, you don't have to worry about capitalization or punctuation. You just write your thoughts. So that's what it seems like to me, that it's a journal. And that's why he doesn't put any capital letters. If you're writing for real, you'd want to capitalize. But these are his thoughts. So we'll pick it up next time, and we will continue with Justin's point of view. All right.